We're back now with two major developments about the spill that sent hundreds of millions of gallons of raw sewage into the Potomac River. First, a pump failure was caused by people flushing non-disposable wipes down their toilets. Plus, DC Water is now acknowledging human error led to incorrect testing data that showed E. coli levels 100 times lower than what they actually were. News 4's Mark Seagraves has the latest.
Yeah, more bad news down here at the sewage spill. Sunday night, about 600,000 gallons of raw sewage was pumped back into the Potomac River. Let me back up and show you how this happened. As we've been telling you, DC Water has put in this system of above ground generators and pumps that have been pumping the raw sewage out of the broken pipe and using these big black pipes to pump it into the C&O Canal, where it flows downstream and then is pumped back into that underground interceptor. And that has been working pretty well for the past week or more. But Sunday night, DC Water officials tell us that because of a massive clog caused by wipes that people have been flushing down their toilets, clogged two of these pumps, putting them out of commission. At the same time, this is right about the time of the Super Bowl, they experienced a heavy flow of sewage coming through the interceptor that they could not keep up with, and there was an overflow. That overflow, they estimate again, about 600,000 gallons of raw sewage pumped back into the Potomac River. Really bad news for the environment, really bad news for the Potomac River. What we also know that DC Water is acknowledging that in recent days they had put out some of their own testing data on the level of bacteria and E. coli in the river. Turns out they had their numbers wrong. They're blaming human error, but it was way off. The good news is things are somewhat back to normal here, and the pumps are once again working well enough to keep the vast majority of this raw sewage from making its way into the Potomac River. DC Water says they are working with a firm to come up with a plan to remediate the area after they fix the pipeline, but they haven't released any details about that. And we are still weeks and weeks away before this is fixed. Local governments are advising people to stay away from the Potomac River and the C&O Canal. From here, right below the 495 overpass, as far down as Georgetown. And as I've said before, the stench down here is so revolting. You can smell it in your car when you drive over the 495 bridge, and when you're actually down here, you can taste it. From the side of the sewage spill along the Potomac River, Mark Seagraves, News 4.